Hi guys, today I want to give you a quick idea of what you can get for $750,000 in downtown or in the Brickell area. As you know, those two areas are connected pretty much next to each other. And while the Brickell area is busier and arguably more popular, I recommend that people also take a look at the neighboring downtown, where one can still find great views of Biscayne Bay at affordable prices. Now let's take a look at some examples here. I picked out 4 apartments in the $750,000 range in downtown. If you look at the map, you can see the location. 3 of them are located right by Museum Park. One is right down at the bend where the Miami River heads into Biscayne Bay, and that is pretty much the southern end of downtown. Once you go any further, you are in the Brickell area. So let's take a quick look. We're starting out with a 1.5 two-story unit at Marina Blue. The apartment is 982 square feet and is asking $750,000. As you can see, it's looking directly at the water. Actually, this is the basin where the cruise ships turn around right here. And right on the right side, you can see a little tiny glimpse of the Kaseya Center. This is a nicely equipped modern unit. Again, it's a 1.5 with beautiful views in a central location. Moving on, right next door you find 900 Biscayne, where for the same price you can get a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, 938 square feet, roughly the same size, but more of a traditional layout. Now this unit is located on the 32nd floor, so the view is even more amazing than on the first one. Now if I had to choose, I would pick 900 Biscayne over Marina Blue right next door, because I find it to be more refined and have nicer amenities. Next up is a 1.5 937 square feet. Again, they're all pretty much the same size, asking $749 at Paramount World Center. If you have not heard of Paramount, this is a brand new development. It's gonna be huge. Right now we're talking about 1 tower only, but there's a lot more coming. It includes residential, commercial, retail, restaurant space, and so on. So very interesting development. What you get here is a brand new unit pretty much. There is no water view, but it is still a nice open view of the city. In the distance here you can see the Marlins Park. And when you look at the finishes, you can tell that this is a much newer building than the other two. Flicking here through some pictures of the amenities, you can see that Paramount World Center is unparalleled. They offer pretty much anything you could imagine. And of course a gorgeous view from the rooftop pool deck. Last but not least, now again this is the one that's located on the southern end, right along the Miami River. We have a 2.2, 1145 square feet, so if you need more space, this would be the one for you. High floor at One Miami, so you will get great views over Brickell Key and Biscayne Bay. As you can see, the view here is stunning. This is Aston Martin right here and Icon Brickell here. So that's what I was trying to say. We're at the southern end of downtown here. You cross the Miami River and this is the beginning of Brickell. As you can see, it's a very bright unit, lots of natural light. And that concludes the overview of what you can get for around $750,000 in downtown. Next, I'm going to give you some examples of what you can get for $750,000 in the Brickell area. So next up is the Brickell area. Here I have a few apartments for you to look at. Most of them are located towards the northern end of Brickell, right here around the Miami River, where we have Icon, Brickell on the River, and also a unit at Brickell City Center. And then I have one that's like in center Brickell, 1060 Brickell, and one that's further towards the south, which is an older building. Let's start right here at 1060 Brickell, that's the one in the center. For $750,000 you get a 2.5, 1368 square feet, so very spacious. And here's the main difference. Brickell is obviously more densely populated than downtown, so it'll be much harder to find wide open views. The apartment itself is very nice, again spacious. But as you can see, there are none of those water views that we saw on the downtown side. In return, you get a better location. So this again is the trade-off that you have to decide on what is more important for you. Brickell is definitely more walkable than downtown, even though downtown is walkable, but you don't have as many places to go to. Next one up here, we're at Reach at the Brickell City Center. This is a great location. In the middle of it all, you could literally walk out your apartment into the mall. Of course, that comes at a price. This apartment is asking $745 for one and a half, 976 square feet. And again, you have an open view here, which is nice. It's not quite the water view in downtown, but it's open to the west. You can see Marlins Park here. And a bit of a view of the Miami River, which is also very nice. This is the roof of the mall. This funky looking glass structure. Very cool actually. Here you can see City Center. As you know, Brickell City Center is fairly new, so these units, some of them have been barely lifted, definitely on the newer side, and the building is very nice. It's a beautiful pool here. So that is Brickell City Center. Next up, 485 Brickell. Now this is a unique one that I want to point out because a lot of people are looking for this exact thing. Is this Icon Brickell Tower 3, which is also the W Hotel. So this unit, so as you can imagine, this is very desirable and rents really well. It's one of those higher ceiling units. These exist only on certain floors. Allows daily rentals and is a great income generator for somebody that's interested in doing Airbnbs. It's a 790 square feet looking at the river. Again, great option for somebody looking for a short-term rental investment property. This I wanted to throw into the mix just for you to get a little bit of an idea of what you can get when you get out of the center of Brickell. Here we are on Brickell Bay Drive, but a little further south. You have a corner unit looking at the bay. Again, that is unusual on Brickell, at least at this price point. You get a lot of nice views and apartments looking at the bay, but they tend to be much higher priced. So trade-off here, older building, but you're in a quiet area of Brickell, still very walkable, and you have a nicely remodeled, spacious apartment with water views. The next one is a 2-2 at 500 Brickell. The building was built in 2008, again located at the northern end of Brickell Avenue. You get a bit of a water view here too, and it's a nice unit, again good space, light flooring, 1111 square feet. Last but not least, I wanted to throw in another unit as a bonus, which is not quite in line. It's actually considerably cheaper at 700,000, while also being the largest of all the apartments I showed you. This is at Brickell on the River. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,402 square feet, and it's a 2-story unit. So that concludes our quick tour of what you can get for $750,000 in downtown or Brickell. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time. If you have any questions about any of these properties or any other property in this area, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All my contact information will be down in the description as always. Thank you guys for watching and see you around soon.